It's 2 a.m. You're staring at the ceiling. Empty room, heavy chest, mind spinning like hell won't let you sleep. Replaying every word she said, every look she gave, every damn text message like it holds the secret to why you're alone. Right now, let me stop you right there. She didn't leave because you weren't good enough. She didn't ghost you because you're unlovable. She left because you forgot who you were. You lost yourself chasing someone else's approval. That's the real breakup most men never talk about. The breakup with your own strength. Brother, it's time to wake up. Stop looking for signs from her. Start building signs within yourself, because a woman doesn't follow words. She follows presence, power, respect. And that starts with you, right here, right now. This video isn't for every man. It's for the man who's tired of second-guessing himself, tired of overthinking every word, every look, every text, tired of wondering if he's enough. This is for the man ready to lead himself first. Today, I'm breaking down 3 subtle signs she's attracted to you, but she's hiding it, not because she's playing games, but because real attraction isn't loud. It's quiet, it's hidden in her actions, her energy, her presence. This isn't for boys looking for tricks. It's for men who move. With clarity, if that's you, if you're done chasing approval, drop it in the comments. I protect my peace. Let's get to work. Number 1. She mirrors your energy. You know where most men lose the game. Not when they get rejected, not when they get ghosted, not when she says, "Let's just be friends." No, most men lose the moment they abandon themselves. They lose the second they start performing, and it happens so damn quietly they don't even notice. A look from her, a laugh, a lean in, and suddenly they're out of their body. They're not grounded anymore. They're not leading the energy. They're chasing it. And brother, the moment you chase, you've already lost. See, attraction isn't loud. It's subtle, it's unspoken. It lives in the quiet spaces most men are too damn uncomfortable to sit in. But here's what women know, even if they can't explain it. Real attraction is alignment. A woman who's secretly into you, she syncs with you subconsciously. She mirrors your pace, your tone, your energy. When you relax, she relaxes. When you pull back, she leans in. When you sit in silence, she fills the space. It's ancient, it's primal. But here's where weak men fumble it. They think, "Oh, she likes me. Better turn it on." And they start performing like clowns at a damn circus, talking too much, laughing too loud, trying too hard. And women feel it. They feel the shift. The moment you step out of yourself to seek approval, they lose respect. Why? Because the second you look to her for permission to feel good about yourself, you've already disqualified yourself as a man who can lead her. That's the emotional trap most guys never escape. They confuse a woman's mirrored energy for an invitation to perform, but the truth, it's an invitation to hold your ground, to hold your silence, to hold your damn frame when everything in you wants to impress. This is where most guys fold, because sitting in that stillness feels like death to a man addicted to validation. The silence feels heavy, the moment feels intense, and they panic. But you, if you want to live different, move different, lead different, you got to pass what I call the silent test. Here's how it works. The next time you feel that shift, when you notice she's syncing with you, shut the hell up. Let the moment breathe. Don't fill the space. Don't start performing. Don't start proving. Let her feel your weight. Let her feel what it's like to sit across from a man who's comfortable with himself, without needing anything from her. That's silence. But that's power most men will never understand. It's not cold, it's not rude, it's not distant, it's masculine stillness. And in that space, a woman will either drift away, or she'll be pulled deeper in. Either way, you win, because a real man never fears who leaves when he's standing in truth. Brother, you don't lead with words, you lead with energy. You don't impress with noise, you impress with presence. Women don't remember what you said, they remember how you made them feel, and nothing makes a woman feel more than sitting in front of a man who moves slow, stays calm, and refuses to perform. She'll mirror that energy because she wants to follow it, and if she doesn't, you let her walk, because a man anchored in his purpose doesn't chase anything. He attracts, he holds, he leads. Remember this: the loudest energy gets attention, but the quietest energy earns respect. Be the quiet storm. Be the weight in the room. Be the man she can't shake, because you were the first man who didn't chase her shadow. You sat in your light and let her come home to it. That's presence. That's power. That's real masculinity. Hold the line, say less, lead more, and watch what happens. There's a moment every man faces after heartbreak. Maybe it's weeks after she left. Maybe it's months. Hell, maybe it's been years. But it shows up. You meet someone new. She's beautiful, interesting, got that spark in her eye that hits your gut like a memory you didn't ask for. And for a second, you feel like yourself again. But then it creeps in, that old pattern. You start leaning forward without even moving, trying to fill the silence, trying to be good enough, trying to make sure you don't lose again. And you start talking. Too damn much, laughing too hard, explaining yourself what you're doing, without even knowing it, is apologizing for your existence. It's not loud, it's not obvious, but it's there. And every man who's been broken knows exactly what I'm talking about. You're not grounded. You're not leading. You're chasing energy like a man dying of thirst. Here's the truth. Nobody told you. Women feel energy before they process words. You could be saying all the right shit, but if your energy says, please like me, please stay, please don't hurt me like she did, you're done. Because here's the cold reality of masculine presence. The second you chase, you've already lost. A woman in her feminine isn't drawn to the loudest guy in the room. She's drawn to the man who doesn't flinch, who doesn't fold, who doesn't break his own silence just to make her comfortable. That's what I mean when I say, hold your frame. Staying grounded isn't about being cold, it's about being calm, being rooted like an oak tree, unshaken by every breeze that passes through your life. That's where the silent test comes in, because here's what happens when you're dialed in. She will test your stillness, not with words, but with energy. She will pause to see if you rush to fill the space. She will lean in to see if you get needy. She will pull back to see if you chase. And this is where most men lose the frame, because silence feels heavy to the weak man, to the insecure man, to the man still bleeding from old wounds. But to a grounded man, silence is home. Silence is where you breathe. Silence is where you lead. Silence is where you watch her come to you, or reveal that she was never really meant for you. And either way, you're good. See, this isn't about controlling her. It's about controlling yourself. It's about saying less, because you mean more. It's about letting her feel the gravity of a man who doesn't flinch, doesn't panic, doesn't perform. A man who knows exactly who the hell he is, with or without her validation. When you master this, she will lean in, she will open up, she will mirror your calm, because that's what real attraction is. It's not noise, it's not games, it's not proving, it's alignment. You don't win a woman. Respect by chasing her shadow. You win it by standing in your own damn light, unapologetic, unbothered, unmoved. So practice the silent test. When you feel the urge to speak just to fill the gap, pause, breathe, look her in the eye like you've seen it all before. Let her feel the weight of a man who doesn't need to prove a damn thing. Let her wonder, because brother, a man who controls the silence controls the room. And that's the man she remembers. That's the man who stays in her mind long after the moment has passed, not because he chased her, but because he didn't. Number 2, she tests your emotional strength. It usually starts small, a little joke at your expense, a playful jab about your hair, your style, something trivial. She smiles when she says it, but it lands sharp. And you feel that fire light up in your chest. Right there, that split second, is where most men fail. Not because they're bad guys, not because they don't mean well, but because no one ever told them the truth about women, especially about a woman who's attracted to you, but testing you. See, most men think if a woman teases them or pulls back a little, or throws some sarcasm their way, it's rejection, wrong, it's pressure, it's a probe. It's her way of seeing if the man sitting across from her is real, or just another cheap suit of armor, ready to crack under heat. Women don't test your strength because they want to hurt you. They test your strength because they want to feel safe with you. And safety isn't built through words. It's built through presence, through calm, through restraint. But here's where most guys blow it to hell. They get defensive. They fire back like little boys trying to win an argument. Or worse, they chase, over-explain, overreact, overcompensate. That energy right there, that's weak energy. And women feel it immediately. She wasn't trying to pick a fight. She was trying to feel your center. Can this man stay calm under pressure? Can he laugh at himself without falling apart? Can he stay rooted when things get uncomfortable? If the answer's no, if you react, chase, or break, the attraction doesn't just fade, it evaporates. This is why emotional control is everything. When a woman tests you, what she's really saying is this: show me who you really are when things aren't easy. Not when she's praising you, not when she's agreeing with you, not when the moment is smooth, but when the moment gets sharp. This is where stoic masculinity wins every time, because the grounded man doesn't flinch. He doesn't get sucked into petty debates. He doesn't explain himself like a boy caught doing something wrong. He doesn't bite at every hook she throws his way. He smiles. Maybe he says nothing. Maybe he gives her that slow, steady look that says, "Nice try." And then he moves on with his peace intact. That's the man she remembers, not because he barked back, not because he chased her approval, but because he stayed still when most men lose themselves. See, a woman doesn't need you to be perfect, but she needs to feel that you're stable, solid, unshaken. That's what allows her to soften into her feminine energy. Because if you're emotional chaos, if you're flinching at every test, she has no choice but to take the lead. And trust me, brother, a woman never wants to lead a man emotionally. That weight isn't hers to carry. That's your job. And the stronger your center, the less you react, the less you chase, the less you need her approval, the more she trusts you, the more she respects you. And in time, the more she opens up to you in ways weak men never get to experience. So the next time a woman throws a test your way, smile, breathe, stay calm like a man who's seen it all, felt it all, survived it all. Because maybe you have. And if you haven't yet, you will. But it starts here. In the quiet moments where you hold the line, in the heat of the test when you don't fold. Remember this: a real man doesn't rise to every bait. He stands in every storm. Be that man and watch her respect for you grow in ways words can't describe. It always happens faster than you think. One comment, one sarcastic jab, one little test, and there you are, feeling the heat rise in your chest. You can tell yourself it's nothing, you can pretend it doesn't bother you, but if you're not grounded, if you haven't done the inner work, your reaction will betray you every damn time. It's not the words that mess you up, it's the speed, the reflex. That knee-jerk reaction to defend yourself, to prove your point, to push back because you think strength is about being louder or quicker. It's not. Strength is stillness, controlled, measured, unbothered. Weak men react, strong men respond, and there's a world of difference between the two. See, women don't test you because they hate you. They test you because they want to feel something real. They want to feel that you are unshakable, not just when things are easy, but when the pressure hits, when the moment gets sharp, when emotions start swirling like a storm in your gut. That's where the 2-second rule comes in. It's simple, it's quiet, it's powerful, and most men will never use it because it feels unnatural at first. It feels like standing naked in front of a firing squad when everything in you wants to move, to speak, to defend, but you don't. You pause. 2 seconds, that's it. Just 2 little seconds that tell the whole world who you are. In those 2 seconds, you breathe. You let the emotional wave hit you and pass right through you. No reaction, no defense, no chasing, just presence. Because here's what happens in those moments. She sees you, really sees you, not the mask, not the performance. She sees the man underneath all that noise. And brother, if that man is calm, if that man is steady, she will feel safer with you than with any other man who talks fast and moves faster. The pause is where respect is born. It's where leadership lives. It's where real masculinity shows up without needing to announce itself. Women can feel the man who's been through hell and didn't let it break him. They can feel the man who's lost and learned, who's been knocked down but didn't stay down. That man doesn't rush to speak. He doesn't defend every little comment. He doesn't dance for approval, like a trained dog hoping for a treat. He pauses, he breathes, and when he speaks, it lands like stone, simple, clear, unemotional. That is the frame she's looking for. That's the man who can lead her without control, guide her without force, love her without fear. Remember this, brother. The man who owns the pause, owns the moment. Because in a world full of noise, stillness is rare, stillness is respected, stillness is remembered. So next time she tests you, smile like you've seen it all before. Pause, breathe. Let the silence work for you. Let her wonder, because the man who controls himself, controls the room, controls the energy, controls his life. Be that man. Say less. Stand tall. Own the pause, and watch her lean in. Because men like that don't come around often, and when they do, they never have to chase. Number 3. She finds reasons to be near you. It sneaks up on a lot of men, especially after heartbreak, especially after you've been left, ghosted, betrayed, when you've had your heart torn up, when you've sat alone in those long, dark nights staring at the ceiling, wondering what the hell went wrong. It changes you. Not always for the better, because the next time you feel a woman showing interest, you're starving for it, thirsty for connection, hungry to feel wanted again. And that's exactly where most men blow it. They mistake proximity for possession. They confuse attention for commitment. And when a woman lingers, when she asks random questions, keeps hanging around for no real reason, they rush in like a man desperate for water in the desert. They start talking too much, explaining their life story, oversharing their wounds like it's a therapy session. Why? Because deep down, they're trying to lock her down before she changes her mind, before she sees their cracks, before she pulls away like the last one did. That's not strength. That's not leadership. That's survival mode. That's fear dressed up as connection. And here's the truth nobody tells you. A woman doesn't want to feel like your oxygen tank. She doesn't want the weight of keeping you alive emotionally. That's not attractive. That's not masculine. That's pressure. Because attraction, real attraction, is not ownership. It's not about gripping tighter the second someone draws near. It's about invitation. It's about holding your ground, staying rooted in your life, and letting her orbit around you freely. Not because you need her there, but because she wants to be there. That's the Stoic response. The next time you feel that pull, that soft presence of a woman lingering in your world, slow down. Don't rush. Don't over-explain. Don't start mapping out your whole damn future because she asked what your favorite movie is. Let things unfold naturally. Let the space between you breathe. Remember, a man on his path never chases energy. He builds his world and lets others decide if they can meet him there. That's leadership. That's real masculine calm. You want to know why she's finding reasons to be near you? Because she feels something in your stillness that other men don't have. A sense of peace. A life that's full whether she's there or not. That's rare, that's powerful, and that's exactly why she stays. Not because you trapped her, not because you sold her a fantasy, not because you filled every silence with noise, but because you didn't. You didn't rush, you didn't chase, you didn't break your frame for a few scraps of attention. You stood tall and let her choose to step closer. That's the difference between boys and men. Boys chase what runs. Men attract what belongs. So here's your move. The next time she lingers, the next time she asks some random question just to stay close, look her in the eye, smile like you've seen this all before, and carry on with your life. If she stays, she stays. If she walks, you were never lacking to begin with. Because a man rooted in his mission isn't moved by proximity. He's moved by purpose, and women feel that deeply. Remember this, a weak man clings to what drifts near. A strong man stands firm and lets the right things stay. Be that man. Let them come. Let them go. You stay still. You stay you. There's a mistake almost every man makes after heartbreak, after the betrayal, after the ghosting, after the woman he thought would stay, walked. It changes a man, and not always for the better. Because when a man has gone without affection for a long time, when his heart's been shattered and rebuilt with shaky hands, that first taste of attention feels like a damn drug. She starts showing up in your life. A look across the room that lingers too long. A random text that doesn't need to be sent. A question she already knows the answer to. And for a man who hasn't healed, who hasn't rebuilt his center, That attention feels like salvation. He thinks, finally, I'm wanted again. But what happens next is where the weak man destroys his own power. He abandons himself. He drops his mission. He clears his schedule. He starts orbiting her like she's the sun. Every move she makes pulls him further from his own center. Every reply he gets faster. Every call he answers instantly. Every plan he cancels just to be more available. And in doing so, he kills the very attraction that brought her close in the first place. See, here's the hard truth most men don't want to face. Attraction isn't ownership. It's not possession. It's not a trophy you win once and keep forever. It's energy. It's alignment. It's earned in every moment, through who you are, not what you chase. Women are wired for this. They feel the shift. They know when a man stops being a leader in his own life and starts becoming another follower in hers. That's when respect dies. That's when mystery dies. That's when desire dies. Because no woman, no matter how much she's into you, wants to feel like your oxygen tank. She doesn't want the burden of being your purpose. She wants to join a man who already has one. That's why the Stoic response is simple. Respect her orbit. Control your space. Stay rooted in your life like a mountain that doesn't move for passing clouds. This is the magnetic principle. Real masculine energy doesn't chase. It attracts, not with loud words, not with needy behavior, not with grand performances, but with presence, with stillness, with the calm certainty of a man who knows exactly who he is, with or without her. Be warm, but unmoved. That doesn't mean be cold. It doesn't mean play games. It means live your life fully. Work your mission. Guard your time. Protect your peace. Let her enter that world by choice. Let her stay because she feels safe there. Not because she feels needed to complete you. Because nothing is more attractive than a man whose world is already full. A man who doesn't flinch when someone drifts away. A man who doesn't beg, plead, or chase, but stands still, calm, whole. This is why you never chase energy. You control your space like a king controls his castle, not desperate for guests, not hungry for attention, but discerning about who gets close. Because a woman who keeps coming back, who keeps finding reasons to stay near you, is showing you something primal. Attraction seeks proximity, but respect seeks stillness. And here's what most men never understand. Every time you stay calm, every time you let her orbit without chasing, every time you continue your life without skipping a beat, you become rarer in her eyes, more valuable, more unforgettable. The world is full of men who'll sell their time cheap for a little attention. But you know better now. Your time is earned, your peace is sacred, your mission comes first. And the right woman won't just respect that, she'll be drawn to it like gravity. Because she knows. A man who controls his space, controls his life. Remember that. Let her orbit, let her wander, let her come and go like the tide. You stay still, you stay you, and if she keeps returning, that's attraction in motion. That's real. That's earned. Be that man. Remember this. Everything we talked about today, the signs she's into you, the way she mirrors you, tests you, lingers in your space, none of that means a damn thing. If you aren't a man worth following, women don't follow noise. They don't follow weakness. They don't follow men who chase like boys, lost in their emotions. They follow strength, calm strength, silent strength. The kind that doesn't need to prove itself. That's the real work. It's not about decoding her signals. It's about becoming the kind of man who doesn't flinch, regardless of the signal. A man who holds his frame, even when tested. A man who controls his space, even when tempted. A man who moves with purpose, even when the world pulls him in every direction. This life will test you. Brother, women will test you. Loss will test you. Loneliness will test you. Good. Let it. Pressure isn't your enemy. Pressure is how you forge something real. This world doesn't need more men begging for attention. It needs more. Men building themselves in silence. Because the right woman, the woman worth your time, isn't looking for a man who performs. She's looking for a man who leads himself first. And that man, he doesn't rush, he doesn't chase, he doesn't crumble. He moves with steady, quiet power. Be that man. Stand on your principles like stone. Speak less, mean more. Guard your peace like your life depends on it, because it does. Comment below, let me know you're locked in. I rebuild in silence. And if you know a brother who needs this, send it to him. We don't rise alone, we rise together. Stay sharp. Stay grounded, stay dangerous. Your time is coming, but only if you build it.